Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is a one-card daily tarot snapshot reading focusing on the energy surrounding us on each day of the week. For the dailies this week, I'll be using the Osho Zen deck. Let me hold it up. It's a really beautiful deck. Has quite different meanings, right? I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's put out by St. Martin's Press, for those who are interested. And, like I always remind you, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. All right, so I will stop for now, and we'll see you in 1 second for the daily shuffle. Hi again. All right, we are looking for the energy surrounding us on Wednesday. Wednesday, November 21st, 2018. What do we need to know? What are the energies surrounding us on Wednesday, November 21st, 2018? One card for the energy of the day. What do we need to know? What are the messages for Wednesday? Okay, we'll do one last shuffle. I have been shuffling off camera. Oops, one more. There we go. And divide the deck. Not this one. And our card for Wednesday is Conditioning. So this is Major Arcana number 15. The second Major Arcana that we've had this week. And let's put this right here. We have this, and we'll do a beautiful white, I think. There. So, traditionally this number 15 of the Major Arcana, this would be the Devil card, right? And the Devil card is associated with the sign of Capricorn. And, the main meanings for the Devil card, it has to do with attachment, right? It has to do with like attachment to sort of material things, right? Here in the material realm, being bound to materialism. It can also have to do with being bound or tied to like an unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy situation. Sometimes if we're in one of those toxic relationships, where it's very bad for us, but it's like we feel sort of almost tied or, there's no way out of it. So, refusing to see the person, the situation for what it is. But, and I think it's interesting that in this deck it's called Conditioning. And we do have this reference to time. You see that there's a lion, right? And he's surrounded by all of the sheep, right? And it's like he's tied to them. And what it really is speaking about, this card, it's the old, there's an old story about there was a lion who was brought up by sheep, right? And so since, he was conditioned to think that he was one of the sheep, he just assumed that he was, until one day he was captured by another lion, and that lion took him to a pond, made him look into the water. He saw his own reflection, and then he realized that, he was not a sheep like he had always been conditioned to believe. He was, he is in fact very different than they are, that he's a lion. So, it does have to do with this kind of, through life, we ourselves have been conditioned to a certain extent, by our own sort of experience with interacting with other people, others' opinions of us, and then, what is our own personality. And, it's kind of like, all right, it's time for us to look into the pond, to break out of whatever conditioning we have, how others view you, or, how you've been told that you need to be or to act, right? It's all about you needing to kind of embrace and discover your own individuality here. And like I have been using this this Osho Zen deck for the whole week for the dailies. And, I've mentioned that the cards, they do have, obviously, there's the, the main meaning, the energy surrounding this particular card. And then there's also this sort of the more specific or slightly different meaning that this deck gives to it. And so let me read you from the guidebook. It says conditioning. Unless you drop your personality, you will not be able to find your individuality. Individuality is given by existence. Personality is imposed by society. Personality is social convenience. Society cannot tolerate individuality because individuality will not follow like a sheep. Individuality has the quality of the lion. The lion moves alone. The sheep are always in the crowd, hoping that being in the crowd will feel cozy. Being in the crowd, one feels more protected, secure. If someone attacks, there is every possibility in a crowd to save yourself. But alone, only the lions move alone. And every one of you is born a lion, but society goes on conditioning you, programming your mind as a sheep. It gives you a personality, a cozy personality, nice, very convenient, very obedient. Society wants slaves, not people who are absolutely dedicated to freedom. Society wants slaves because all the vested interests want obedience. So very interesting and quite different interpretation of the card. But if we think about, what the devil card, looking at it from like attachment and, being attached to these unhealthy situations, relationships. I mean, this can be, this attachment to, the way that we have been conditioned to, you need to act a certain way. You need to, do a certain thing. You shouldn't really be yourself, right? The normal thing for you to do is to, go to college, to get married, to have kids, to, that's sort of the conditioning that we've been programmed with. But not everybody wants that, right? And so there is this need to, to be the lion. So today, I guess, is a daily message. There's a need to maybe break free of this conditioning, to be more of an individual. Could have to do with a relationship, breaking free of that negative, relationship. It could also have to do with you just standing on your own and, needing to be this individual in either the way that you're dealing with a person or a project. So, break free of the conditioning is the main message for Wednesday. So I do hope that the messages have helped you. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful Wednesday. Bye for now.